started on our backs. If you prefer to sit up for the next 5 minutes, I just think it's a little more comfortable to lie down. We're gonna just transition into our practice, into our bodies here. So I offer lying down on the back. You can bend the knees and let the knees fall towards each other, or you can let the legs go long. Or if you want to sit up tall, make sure you're pressing down through those sit bones. And you can close the eyes. Start to notice your breathing. Take a couple of really deep breaths here. Transitioning our bodies into our practice. You've already done the hard work, you should have done the math. Dedicating time to yourself. I invite your practice to be more of an awareness today. Less thinking, less trying to figure out what I'm saying, more letting the body guide you. But keeping that awareness of, does it feel right in my body? So the practice today is staying with our bodies. We'll use our breath as our greatest tool. So with the next few inhales, try to hold it at the top for an extra second or two. Even if it's a little uncomfortable, just hold that inhale. And then without pressing too hard, you need to exhale, let it be nice and soft. Imagine releasing from every cell of the body. Maybe open your lips for these exhales. And then try to hold at the bottom for an extra second or two. Forcing the air out. And then a nice slow sip inhale through the nose. Not a forceful breathing. And then the exhale, soften the movement. And then coming into the body, notice if any parts of the body are acting up right now and speaking to you in any way. Try not to think about it, but just feel. It could be the lower back, the shoulders, or the hips. It could be the base of the feet, or the neck, or even the space around the eyes. Just notice in your body how it feels lying, taking up this space. And in this space, if you wish to set an intention for your practice today, let it be whatever is the first thing that pops into your mind. Less of a thought and more of just that conscious speaking to us through words. This is what I want to focus on. This is what my intention is for practice and for life. You breathe into it, bring it into your body. And as you exhale, you send it out into the rest of the world, your intention. Very gently keep this softness and almost a stillness of the body, but invite some movement as we bring the knees into the chest, really slowly. Use your hands to keep the knees pulling up towards the chin, feel the spine get nice and long. Maybe gently rocking side to side, releasing the lower back. Begin to deepen your breathing. We'll invite ujjayi breathing into our practice. So So now we're trying to make that ocean wave sound in the back of the throat. And we'll keep that for the next 55 minutes of practice. Release the knees, come into a little happy baby. Grabbing the outsides of the feet. Really gently opening the hips for the first time. Guide the knees down towards the mat. Keep that spine nice and long. Maybe even tuck your chin down towards the chest a little bit. See if you can keep your hips down. See if you can keep both shoulder blades down. We'll let that left leg go long. Pull the right knee up into the chest. Feel the hips expand in opposite directions. So pulling right knee into the armpit and then the left leg go long. And then gently switch the legs. Use the core to let the legs and the hips open up. Grab the left knee into the side body. Let the right leg be long. Maybe noticing the difference of one side. And then we'll release. Stick both heels up to the ceiling. Invite some movement into the ankles here by just taking the toes in circles. Maybe even stretching the toes. See if you can space them out a little bit. My mom used to call those guinea pig toes. Just breathing into the whole foot and ankle space. Point and flex. See if you can feel it up the back of the calves in the front of those ankles. And then we'll grab the back of the legs and gently rocking on the spine 4 or 5 times, feeding that momentum to move all the way up to seated whenever you're ready. So give yourself that little massage. And then we'll meet sitting on our mat, grounding down through the sit bones. We'll breathe into the neck here. First time sitting up though, so bring awareness to the core. We're going to hold our Mula and Uddiyana Bandhas for the rest of practice today. So you're pulling the core in and up. Ground down to the sit bones. Hands can be on the knees. Eyes open or closed. We'll tune into the neck here. Let the head hang heavy. And let the neck flow in all directions. Might be the first time today, or even the first time this week, that you really tune into that neck space. It's so important to keep that neck healthy. Hold up our heads. Use your breath to get into that stretch. And if you feel a spot that feels super nice, go ahead and add the weight of the hand. When you inhale, try to sit up a little taller. And then exhale, use the exhale to expand. Even yourself out, anything you did on one side, do on the other. And then we'll meet sitting back nice and tall. This time take the opposite hand to opposite knee, so crisscross the hands. We're going to kind of pull up the knees and lean back, drop your chin down towards the chest, and feel the shoulder blades pulling apart. Let the weight of the knees pull the hands to crisscross, opening up that upper back, chin is relaxing down. And back to center. Roll all the way over your knees for tabletop. Hands right under those shoulders, knees under the hips, moving into your cat-cow practice. Inhale, point the low ribs down, gaze goes up. Exhale, arch the spine, the head heavy. Moving through your cat-cow, have fun with it. Tune into your body. Try to follow the movement from your tailbone all the way up the spine to the crown of the head. Try to see if you can connect your breath and your movement even more. So awareness of the body, how it moves with the breath. Feels more natural when you move with the breath. All right, one more thing. Bring the hands a little wider and farther in front of where they are right now. Draw some hip circles. Last real warming up the spine movement. So this time getting the shoulders, your spine, your hips, warming up everything. Let the hips drop down to the side, let the belly come forward. Whatever feels good. Last breath here, do whatever you gotta do. Meet us back in tabletop. And then we'll inhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Exhale, knee and elbow come together underneath. Inhale, open. Find your breath and movement connection. Exhale, crunch. Not at my pace, at your own pace. Exhale, crunch. I'm just here to kind of guide your body. Exhale, crunch. Pull the knee up towards the face. One more. We'll drop the left knee. We'll thread the needle with the right arm. Inhale, open the chest to the side wall. And exhale, let the right arm go all the way under the body, open to the left. Head comes down. Gently guide your stretch into the outside right shoulder. Keep your core engaged, so keep that belly button pulling up so that low back is protected. If you have a balancing posture, you can take that. One thing is lifting left hand to the low back, or second variation is lifting the inside leg. 2 more breaths here. And gently return to your tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, take a couple cat-cow. Breathe into that spine, and then we'll meet back in neutral. Same thing, other side. Inhale, open up the left hand to right heel. Exhale, knee and elbow come together underneath. Inhale, open up, reach as far as you can. Exhale, pull the knee past the elbow up into the face. Use the power of your breathing. Last 2. And then dropping that right knee. Inhale, open the left hand, open that heart space. Exhale, send it under, thread the needle. Reach as far as you can with the fingertips before you let that arm come down. Right hand on the floor, you can press into the mat to help roll you over that shoulder. A couple breaths in stillness, finding that strength, and then maybe moving into your balancing posture. Nice. All right, make your way back to tabletop. Hands under those shoulders. We'll tuck all 10 toes. Lift the hips, send them back. Down dog. Fill out the feet here for stand dog class. 5 to 10 breaths. Really breathing into the back of the legs for the first time. Let that gaze be back. So maybe you can try to lift the gaze to the inner thighs or higher. Spread those fingers wide. Feel the shoulders activating. Try to roll the armpits in a little bit more towards each other. Ujjayi breathing, still using that strong warrior breath. And then we'll look at the space between the hands. On an exhale, tippy toe to the front of the mat, meet in ragdoll, feet land under the hips. Bend the knees, let the belly hang out on the thighs. Grab your elbows, you can sway side to side here. Nice exhales. They might even turn into a little bit of a sigh, just letting it out. Shake out that head, yes. Shake out that head, no. And only yes. Ground down through those feet. Feel strong through that foundation. And then we'll slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Oh no, something happened to Zoom. There you are. All right, rolling, rolling, rolling to mountain pose. Take a couple shoulder rolls here. Pull it up towards the ears. Then relax down and back. Just noticing that openness in the heart space every time. And then hands down by the side, mountain pose. If we have our blocks, bring them to like the front of your mat area. Usually we're kind of using them first before we get going here. All right, mountain pose. Inhale, hands overhead. Nice big reach. Exhale, come to the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shutting heart forward. Exhale, plank the hands, step back, hold plank, hold plank. Then we'll take our right knee to our left elbow, tap, send it back. Left knee, right elbow, tap, send it back. So today we're going across the body underneath us. Really feeling the core and then shoulders. Those hip flexors use to crunch. A couple more. Nice job. Send those heels back. Drop the knees. Gently lower the chest in between those thumbs. 8-point pose. And then let those legs go long. Press the feet into the mat. Inhale, cobra pose. Use the strength of the low back. So maybe hands don't press too much. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up another cobra pose. Inhale, lift. Use the strength of the low back. Exhale, lower down, press back, child. Hands under the shoulders to press you back. Let those hips go long. Hips sink back towards the heels. Child's pose at any point in class today, taking a rest here. Or resting down dog. Alright. We'll gently lift up. Move through tabletop to the down dog. We'll lift the hips really high, send them back, and then try to look down towards the mat. Heels don't have to touch, but they're reaching in that direction. Gaze is back. Inhale, left, right leg high to the sky. Exhale, same thing that we just did with the core. So right knee, left elbow, tap. Inhale, lift for 3, same thing. Exhale, knee goes across the body to the left elbow. Inhale, lift. Third exhale, knee goes back across the body. Inhale, lift. All right, fourth exhale, low lunge. Plant the foot. Drop your left knee. We'll bring it to this low lunge. So if you have that block, I like to use the block here with the hand. 5 to 10 breaths here, sitting in this low lunge. Press the hips forward. Relax the whole body, shoulders, where else you're holding the tension. Maybe you inhale, you're stuck, come out of it a little bit. Exhale, sink back a little more. Noticing that hip flexor. Kind of stretches from the quad all the way up into that side body. See if you can feel the whole thing. And then exhale, send it back, half split, straighten into that right leg. Walk your heel forward a little bit, so that helps with the balance. We'll inhale the chest over the right leg, and exhale, fold, half splits. Any kind of block or prop is nice here in the inhale. All right, last exhale. We're going to come forward to a high lunge. Press down with the right foot. Lift the hands right through center. Find your strong high lunge legs. So deep in and out front knee. Make sure you can see the big toe tracking out to the right. You're on the ball of the left foot. Then a little more. Pull that left knee up into the quad a little more. Whew. And then we'll exhale, bring the hands together, twist to the right. So left elbow comes to right knee. When you inhale, try to grow a little taller through the crown, kick a little more through the left heel. And exhale, press the palms together, pull the core up and in. We're going to bring the focus to the base of the right foot. You're going to pop your left foot all the way up to meet it. Chair pose with the twist. Keep your hands here, or you can inhale and open them up, just opening that wingspan. Left hand down, right hand up. Yogi's choice. Big spinal twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank the hands, step back, take it through your very first chaturanga vinyasa, or always have option to meet us in down dog. When you get there, nice big inhale through the nose, maybe taking that open mouth exhale to release the heat. Inhale, left foot lifts high to the sky, same thing, others side. So we're going to cross the body 3 times. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale through the down dog. Go again, tap knee and elbow, or just holding down dog. After the third one, we'll exhale to a low lunge. Plant the left foot, drop the right knee. You can grab that block or prop. Let me do a lunge. Whatever way feels best in that body, always protecting the kneecap on the mat. I love the prop here to go. Just keep the chest lifted. Couple more breaths. Notice where else you're holding in your body. Just that bodily awareness today. Last exhale, send it back, half split straight into the left leg. Walk the heel forward. Helps with that balance. We're trying to keep the hips stacked over the knee here. And then inhale, lift chest. Exhale, forward fold over left leg. You can do that a couple times. Always inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Big stretch on back to left leg. And then we move forward to that high lunge, working on your transitions. Go as slow and as smooth as possible, right up into your high lunge legs. Deep bend in that left knee, make sure you can see the big toe. And then the right knee, try to pull it a little more straight. It opens up that hip flexor even more. Prayer hands, twist to the left, right over left knee. Find that grip, that position that you can hold. Inhale, grow taller, press through the right heel. Exhale, press the palms together, gaze over to the left. Keep finding that spinal twist. Step forward to your chair pose with the twist. Right foot comes to meet the left. Keep your twisty over to the left. Chair pose with the twist. Maybe open the hands, open the wingspan today. Inhale through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, take it through your chaturanga vinyasa. Or skip it, meeting down. Always have option to meet us in down. All right, let's get a little bit of movement with our body here. One breath per movement, we're going to go through sunning back and down dog. If your pace is a little different, that's totally cool. On the bottom of an exhale, look at the space between the hands, walk step or hop to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift, leave with the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan up, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring grounding or centering hands come to center, down by the side. Inhale, go right back up. Exhale, into the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lead with the heart. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Take it through your chaturanga vinyasa or skip it. All right, from here, inhale, lift, right foot high to the sky. Exhale, plant the foot, come up high lunge. Sweep those hands forward. We're going to ground down through the right foot. This time, come to standing with the left foot out in front. So it's either the knee or the leg extended. And then exhale, send it back, warrior three, hands out, heart center. Stay at warrior three, or adding some plie squats. You're going to take the left knee to the right calf, stand back up. Left knee, right calf, stand back up. We're holding warrior three, building strength on right side. One more. Standing splits, let the hands come down. If there's a block, use the block, or hands on the mat, or maybe hands lift to the back of your calf. Let the forehead come down towards right foot. Beautiful. Step it back to pyramid pose. So bend that right knee, bring your block with you. Let the left foot land behind the right foot, back toes out at an angle, front toes forward. Inhale, lift over right leg. Exhale, fold forehead down towards right shin. Intense stretch on that right side. Breathe into it. All right, we're going to come to revolve triangle. So left hand on the inside of right foot. You can have that block there. Inhale, open up the right hand to the right side. Spine twist, activia. Yeah, revolve triangle. We're all twisted. Pull the core up. Use the gaze to focus. And then drop the hands around that front foot. Bend that right knee. Step it back to meet the left. Take it through a chaturanga vinyasa or skip it. Meeting down. You guys got it. One same thing, other side. Then we'll sit it down. Inhale, left foot lifts high to the sky. Exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Come up high, lunge, sweep those hands forward. Right leg grounding down through that left foot. Come to stand and bring the right foot forward. Or just the knee forward, that's fine. Exhale, warrior three, hands on heart center. Take that right heel back. And then adding that squat movement if that's in your practice. Bringing the right kneecap back to the left calf. Your jersey on the floor, helping stay focused. Couple more, or just holding warrior three. And standing splits, hands come down. Maybe there's a block under the hands. Kick that right foot as high as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Maybe your hand lifts to the back of the calf, or both. And then drop back to your pyramid pose. So you're going to bend that left knee to allow you to drop the right foot, 3 to 4 feet between the heels. Grab that block, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold over left leg. This pose, I find a lot of people kind of get stuck. They feel like they're arching their backs too much. I like to invite the slight coming out of the pose with an inhale. And then exhale, see as you fold, you can keep your belly button pulled up, long in the spine before you put this down. Moving to the revolve triangle. Right hand on the inside of left foot. Inhale, open the left hand. Open the chest to that side wall. And then coming back down, bend the left knee, plant those hands, step left foot back to meet right. Take it through chaturanga vinyasa or skip it, meeting down dog. Get to that down dog and then we'll drop to those knees. And come to a puppy pose. So the hips are going to stack right on top of the knees. You're going to walk your hands forward. Maybe get a sip of water here after the flow. We're going to take a breather. Puppy pose, opening the front of your shoulders. If those hands are forward and you don't feel too much, you can come up onto the fingertips, add some height. Or maybe even using a prop. Keep that low back protected by pulling that core up still. Strong core always. We'll walk our hands over to the right. Reach through the left fingertips. And then send the weight back to the left side. Feel that stretch opening the left shoulder, the left rib cage. See if you can follow from that left pinky down through the elbow, the shoulder, the ribs, to the hip. And then the hands come from your center over to the left. Be gentle with that body, move at the pace that feels nice. Reach through the right fingertips, send the weight back into that right hip. Again, breathing slowly to open the shoulder. Noticing the lung, noticing the ribs. Finding some more space, creating more space. All right, gently coming back to center. We'll lower onto our bellies for a couple rounds of the low back strengthener. So let the chest drop between the thumbs. Do not need the block here. So we'll do Superman and then a bow pose. Both of these are low back movements. So the Superman is going to be all of our limbs as long as possible. Hands forward, legs back. You're going to use the low back to lift. So let the gaze be straight. We'll exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Gaze lifts, fingers lift, thighs lift. You're trying to balance on those hip bones. Inhale, lift, release. Hands can cactus, you can bend the knees and windshield wiper the feet side to side. All right, when we come back to center, we're gonna do bow pose. If bow pose is not in your practice, you can stick with that Superman. Bow pose, you're gonna grab your feet and then gazes forward, same thing, only when you're ready. Exhale everything out, and then your inhale, nice and strong. Lift up, kick a little harder, lift a little higher. Trying to balance on those hips, keep arching the back, lift up, release. Hands just land cactus or under the shin. You can windshield wiper the feet side to side. And then come back to center. Press your hands under your shoulders. Gently press back to a child's pose. Little counter stretch. Let the hips go way back towards the heels. Wiggle side to side. Finding length in that low back now. Last exhale here. And then we'll lift forward and bring the inner thighs together as we're sitting down on our shins or on our heels. We'll come to a rabbit pose, which is going to be the head right on the floor here in front of the knees. We're going to move the back in the exact opposite way. So be super gentle, go nice and slow. You're going to cup your heels as hard as you can. Your elbows are going to straighten, so you really got to cup the heels as much as you can. Strong grip, and then inhale, lift the hips, arch the spine. Keep that head lowered, and keep pressing up with the hips. Pull the belly button up. And release it. Come back to sitting. We'll take our feet out from under us. Woo. Be careful with that low back. We'll come to a butterfly pose, getting to the hips a little bit. So bring the insides of those feet together. Give yourself a little foot massage here. Now we're going to try to keep a straight spine as we hinge forward. So on an inhale, sit up nice and tall. Maybe hands come to the hips. And then exhale, hinge forward, stay as straight as you can, as long as you can. And then release the forehead and hands down. So trying to stay tall and long even when we're folding. Breathe into those hips. You might feel it in that low back. And then come up to sitting. We'll release our left leg out, 45 degrees. And then the right heel can come into the body, but a lot of people like this stretch too if that right heel is out, just depending on your hips. We're gonna take our left forearm, come forward and then sweep it over to the left. Inhale the chest open to the side and reach your right hand all the way over, trying to find left toes. Breathe into that low back on the right side. And then you might play around with that foot position that we were talking about. Figure out which way feels better in your body. Just shows if you have internal or externally rotated hips. Keep reaching, keep reaching. And we'll release through center. We'll come up to a seated figure 4 here. So we're going to bring our left knee to bend, and then our right ankle to that left knee. And you're going to, you have a lot of movement in this pose. By pressing your hands into the mat, you can lift the hips and move yourself into this pose. We'll be here for about 45 more seconds. Getting into that glute stretch, however, just whatever the angle feels right. Lower the hips whenever you want, keep them lifted. And breathing into that right side. And then we'll release. All right, same 2 poses on the other side. So we'll take that right foot out to the side now. And then left heel in towards the body. Out. Take that right forearm, bending forward, sweep it over to the right shin. Open the chest to the side ball and reach the left hand up and over. Right away, feeling that low back on the left side. Gaze is wherever is comfortable. Last breath here. And release to center. Same thing other side, so we'll bend that right knee, press the heel into the mat. Your left ankle is going to move on top of that right knee. And 60 seconds to breathe into that left hip. You can kind of rock side to side or press the knee out. Last couple breaths. All right, release on out of that. We're going to crisscross those feet, roll over the knees, move through tabletop back to down dog. On the bottom of an exhale, get the space between the hands, walk separate out to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands come through center. We're going to come to chair pose. Bring the big toes to touch. Space between the heels. Hinge at the hips, bring the hands forward. Chair pose, sink those hips really low. Lift the hands a little higher. Exhale, bring the hands together, twist to the right, left elbow, right knee. Find that grip. And then 3 breaths to wiggle into the best chair pose with a twist that you can find. Grow tall, but then press those hands together, spine twist. Maybe opening that wingspan today. Left hand beyond the right hand up. And inhale through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, shine the heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, take it through your chaturanga vinyasa, or skip it, begin down dog. In down dog 1, inhale. On the exhale, keep the space between the hands, toss upper hop to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring those hands through center, bring the big toes to touch, or some space between the heels, sorry. And then coming into your chair pose, send the hips back, swing the hands forward. Last standing pose. Make sure you can see those big toes, sink those hips a little lower, hands move a little higher. Hands together, twist to the left, right elbow, left knee. Actually not our last spinal twist, last standing spinal twist. Press those palms, gaze over to the left. Maybe you open the wings today, left hand up, right hand down. All right, inhale through center. Exhale, forward fold, last one. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. And we are just going to move on to our bottom. So from here, you might bring your feet to the top of the mat. Sink the hip bones back down towards the mat. And we're going to come onto our backs for the last 15 minutes of practice. So if there's any last little seated stretches you need to get in, wiggle out those legs, find your breath, and then roll on down. Bring that bring that block with you. And at home, you can have a blocker or a pillow. But lean on our backs, give yourself a little hug, just like we did at the beginning of practice. Knees into the chest, rock side to side. Noticing how much more warm our low back feels now. And then come into another happy baby. This time noticing how much more open the hips feel. So maybe this time you can rock side to side, maybe you can straighten into both legs. Maybe you notice your spine is touching the mat a little bit more. Those hips or the tailbone stays down a little more. And then keep those heels straight up to the sky. We're going to move into a shoulder stand. So pressing the hands into the floor, you're going to gain some momentum, lifting the hips. Be gentle with the body, guide the hips up, and then catch your low back. Keep those hips lifted over the shoulders, where you're aiming for, and then keep pressing your chest up towards the chin. 5 to 10 breaths here, building strength, getting that reverse blood flow. Just notice how your body feels in this pose. Just staying with the body. Offering to drop into plow pose. If that's in your practice, feet can come overhead. Grab your hands together underneath you. Intense low back stretch, so be careful with it. Always have option to take a restorative and place that block under your hips. Keep pulling the chest up towards the chin. And then very gently press the hands into the mat to roll out a bit, one vertebra at a time. Super, super slow. Nice job. And then we'll take our blocks or pillows at home, and we'll move into a restorative pose here. We'll take the block right under that tailbone. So you're gonna need to press, move into a bridge pose and then press the heels. So get that tailbone right situated on top of the block, and then you can even stretch out your legs here if that feels okay. So your hips are kind of the highest point of your body here. It takes a moment to find that balance, the right place for the block. And then you can lift your hands overhead, so you're really melting over this block, releasing that low back. Or you can do the restorative bridge with the heels bent into the mat. All right, press the heels to get that block out from under you and set it off to the side. But then keep those knees bent. We're gonna do a couple more back bends, bridge pose. Bridge pose without the restorative part, unless that's where your body's at today. But make sure you can bring those fingers down and touch those heels, getting ready for bridge. You're gonna move your shoulder blades underneath your body right from here before even lifting. Try to get those shoulder blades together. And then on an inhale, press through the heels, lift the hips. Grab your hands together underneath you for bridge pose. Keep pressing through the heels, press the chest up towards the chin. And then see if you can soften in the legs a little bit. Release the hands, come up onto the tippy toes. Lower down one vertebrae at a time. Let that tailbone be the last thing to come down. Maybe even to the wipe of the knees side to side a little bit. So we're going to do 3 bridges. Yogi's choice to end with a wheel. That's in your practice, a really deep back bend. So getting ready for second bridge, make sure you can feel those heels, wiggle the shoulder blades together. On an inhale, press through the heels, lift the hips. Bring those fingertips to touch this time. Take the opposite thumb on top, so take the opposite grip. Just noticing how that feels even. Relax the glutes a little bit, relax those hamstrings. Press the chest up towards the chin. Release the fingertips, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Let that tailbone really be the last thing to come down. And then, very last one. Yogi's choice. So you have wheel, bridge, or restorative bridge. When you're ready, press through the heels, lift up, beautiful. Try to stay with it for 3 or 5 or 10 breaths. Pick a number and stay with it. Conscious breathing, giant breathing. And very gently and slowly lower back down. Keeping control of that body the whole time. Nice job. All right, bring those knees back into the chest, and then we'll drop them over to the right. Supine twist. Pick up your hips, bring them more back towards the center line of the mat. We're going to be in this pose for about 60 seconds, so go nice and slow. Lots of little adjustments to find your super nice and melty spiral twist. So you want those knees to be heavy over to the right. Want your hips to be stacked. You want to be tall through the spine, go the shoulder blades higher. Left shoulder stays on the mat. Your gaze can go over to the left. Good. Bring back to center. Find a neutral spine. And then bring the knees back into the chest. However you like to move into your supine twist left side. Let those knees fall over to the left. You might wrap one leg around the other, or you might have the knees stacked. Lots of different options. Practice that right arm if it's comfortable on the neck, let the gaze go over to the right. Gently coming back to center. And then right here, you guys can take any last stretches. So it's calling your name today. Throughout practice, as your body was guiding you, did you notice any spots? Maybe that needs some extra love. Or maybe that are just tired and maybe need some rest. Just noticing whatever is presenting itself. So taking those last stretches before we meet in Shavasana. We did a lot of low back stuff today, a lot of twisting. Might be a little sore tomorrow. Getting that body ready for Shavasana. Take about 30 more seconds, and then let our bodies transition into Shavasana. So begin to let those legs go long, toes kind of roll out to the side. Bring awareness to the neck space and see if we can bring the chin a little bit closer down towards the chest, finding some length in the spine. And then today, palms down by the sides, palms face up, or hands down by the sides, palms face up to receive. If there's anything you've asked for, like that intention that you set, this might be a time to call that in. Or left hand on heart, right hand on solar plexus to stay with that body. And as you slip into Shavasana, I invite you to give yourself these next minutes really for complete stillness, being, presence. No to-do list, nowhere else you have to be. To be here, enjoying this peace that you've created. Welcome to Shavasana. Light movement back into the body, wiggling fingers, toes, noticing that breath return to the body. And then we'll reach our hands overhead like it's the first stretch of the day. Point those toes down. Maybe invite a little yawn or sigh. Open the eyes. And as you exhale, roll over onto your favorite side. Use the arm as a pillow. And take a moment in this little fetal position. I invite you to take what you're feeling right now off the mat with you into the other 23 hours of the day. Bring some loving kindness with us outside of the studio. Press up into a comfortable seated position. Remain sitting cross-legged to end class. You can rest those hands on the knees, find a tall seated position. If it's comfortable, you can close the eyes. We take a moment to drop the space of the head into the space of the heart until the two become one. And then take a last inhale together, leaving hands overhead. Exhale the thumbs down to that third eye space. For here we are all connected. Letting me, Susan, on the letting me. Namaste.
Namaste.